All right, Simon, a 4-0 victory against K Sport today. What was your assessment of the game?
I thought it was good. Obviously, it's been a long time since we've played any football, competitive football. We've had a good sort of 10-day training period now. I thought the fitness levels were absolutely brilliant. I think so. Fair play to Jack and the lads that have got them up to that level of fitness that we need. I think the first half we dominated the game. I was pleased with our possession of the ball, and obviously we got 2-0 up. I think the first 20 minutes of the second half, I was really disappointed with them. I think we stepped off of doing what got us in that 2-0 lead in the first half, and we had to really get on the lads to get them back to it. And then I thought the last sort of 25 minutes of the second half was back to us again, and I think thoroughly deserved 4-0 win. So overall assessment good, pleased. Got back into the momentum that we do in terms of how we play our football, but disappointed with that first 20 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, it did seem to be on until we got the third goal, really. Like I say, it was quite scrappy, but once we got that third goal, we sort of knocked the stuffing out of them a little bit, because they'd created a couple of good chances before, didn't they?
They did, and I think any teams in a game really at 2-0, we spoke about not letting them get that leg up, and I think we sort of tried to give it to them. And as you say, they did create a couple of half chances. Harley didn't have a lot to do, so they were half chances, so we won't be too harsh on the lads. But we spoke about in there about they need to realise now, this is part of their development, that sort of game management side of things. And I think a couple of the lads, and we spoke about it, they know who they are, started to get probably a bit ahead of themselves, started to do some things that we haven't asked them to do, that they didn't do in the first half, that got us in that position. And that just destabilised us a little bit, and I think that was quite apparent, and everyone could see it, I think. But once we settled that back down, I think the last 25, 30 minutes was back to us again.
Yeah, you said about the possession and everything. There was a lot of patient build-up, especially in the first half, where K Sports did seem to sit off quite a bit, but you're sort of just waiting for that moment. I mean, Jack Mayhew getting up and down that right-hand side first half was particularly impressive, I thought, anyway.
And we're comfortable in possession, absolutely. I think what we try to get across to them, the more we can keep the ball and move it across from side to side, moves them across, and it creates those spaces. We don't want to do that for 90 minutes for the sake of it. We need to do that from side to side and keep that position to then create those gaps, to be able to break the lines, break the channels, and then go forward into attack. So yeah, I mean they're comfortable on the ball. We want them to be comfortable on the ball, but it's with a purpose. It's not just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Is anyone in particular today that really pleased you?
Not anyone outstanding. Obviously Jordan got 2 good goals. I thought Liam was back to himself, and Will in the first half, I thought they dominated the game for us. Harley's coming in goal and didn't have a lot to do from a sort of saving point of view, but I think his starting point and his distribution was really good. So no, I don't think there's anyone in particular to pick out. I think it was a real good first game back in 8 months, and it was pleasing.
You must be pleased, obviously, because it's only your second game now, isn't it, since coming back from lockdown, and like I say, the fitness are right up there, it must be difficult when they haven't had any training for 5 months and them to come straight back into games and that, short notice, but that must be really pleasing. In fact, even at this early stage, they're still showing their best. Yeah, absolutely.
We had a game Tuesday in-house against the under-18. That was a really good competitive game. There's some really, and we watched them here today before our game. They played Herne Bay under-23s, I think it was 7-3 or something, 8-3. So some really good players coming through there. Some real good talent that caught mine and Joe's eye there. So that was pleasing. It was a good competitive game on Tuesday. And I think just fair play to the management teams in terms of how we've planned that. Like I said, we only had 10 days from nothing for 7 months to 10 days before we play our first competitive game back. So I thought the fitness level was really good. We expect high fitness levels. I think the way we play football and how we try to attack at pace and really stretch the pitch and get the fullbacks on. We need to be fit. I was a little bit concerned, I think, before going into this to whether that would impact us and whether we need to do something towards the end of the game a bit different. But no, I was really comfortable with those fitness levels. I think they're really good.
Yeah, and there's only one downside today, which is Jack Mayo seemed to pick up an injury in the second half. How's he feeling after that?
It's frustrating. Jack had a tight hamstring at half time anyway, so we said, well, let's give it 10 minutes and we'll see how you go. So we were preparing to make a sub if we needed to, and then just before we were about to make the sub, he got caught. So there was nothing in it. They both slid in. I think he got caught in the tackle as opposed to hitting the advertising boards. He has gone to hospital to get an X-ray. So we'll keep an eye on him and see how he is. I don't think he'll be ready for Tuesday.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know we're bringing on to Tuesday against Corinthians, I believe.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from that game?
I don't know. We obviously don't have the luxury of being able to watch teams, so it's very difficult to assess, and which is why I always talk to our lads about just worry about what we do, focus on us, and if we go out there and perform to our best and we get beat, we get beat. It's one of those really. We can't really adapt how we play to suit opposition. I think before, obviously the league got null and void, they were up there, so I'm expecting a real good competitive game. Obviously our lads need to recover between now and Tuesday. And yeah, so I'm hoping for another really good competitive game under the lights, hoping people can tune in again. Really good numbers are here today, so that was great to see that support coming through for us, and and hopefully we can perform to the levels that we did today, rectify some of the periods where we probably weren't at our best. And looking forward to another game of football.